Welcome back to the MANN channel. All right, so this is gonna be the last episode in the shop build or Shop-Dominium build series. This is the beginning of October. I'm down here to clean up after the second set of renters, and they rented it for a week. So I'd say that's going pretty well. But anyways, the purpose of this video is to provide numbers on what it cost me to build this place. When we first bought this property, it was really cheap, and we thought we'd spend about half the money building the shop, but that was before COVID hit and before inflation hit, so we ended up spending almost double, but I'm gonna break it down for you. So to start off with, like I said, the land was cheap. So this lot, which is not a very big lot, it's actually smaller than that lot right there. It costs, and I apologize, I don't have the exact size. I can tell you that I think it's a 65 by 35, if I remember correctly, shop, barely fit on it. And it cost us $8,500. And probably in the end with closing costs and whatnot, it was like $8,600. So that's how much the lot cost us, and you can see why, you know, we went ahead and did it. You can see why it wasn't too big of a decision for us, because what we decided to do is put our camper on it, and we thought it would be one season. We ended up having our camper on it for 2 seasons. So next thing I did was do some underground plumbing, put some electrical in, and added water so we could use the camper. And I believe I ended up paying somewhere around $5,000 for all of those things. But I'm going to give you the totals of all the plumbing and all the electrical and stuff together. So beyond that, the next thing that we did was we got plans. So I reached out to a friend of mine that does architectural drafting, and it cost us $1,250 to have some plans drawn up. Then it was a while before we started building. I think we had our plans done in January of last year. We didn't start building until basically like the end of September last year as well, because we were kind of working out financing. And just for your information on that, we tried to get a construction loan here in town, but what we ended up doing is we ended up getting a home equity line of credit on our current house to build this place. And that home equity line of credit was $250,000. So that's basically the budget we had to work with. We also sold our camper for near $30,000. So we had $30,000 on top of that to put into it. And that pretty much was eaten up by concrete, which you'll hear about in a second. But all together, we had about $280,000 to spend on it, as far as a build budget goes. The next thing was getting a building permit. Now, the guy that I had do a lot of the work as far as framing, siding, windows, exterior doors, roofing, he got the main permit, and that cost us $1,163. So next I'll talk about plumbing. So for plumbing, we had to, start by doing underground plumbing, get the pipes up. In fact, I'll bring you over here. So we brought pipes up right there, a couple different places. That's where the main water line is. So for the underground plumbing and all the other plumbing, because I worked on all the plumbing myself with a friend of mine who knows a lot about plumbing, all the plumbing came out to be $10,292. That included paying my friend, I think, $2,500 roughly, because I gave him some tools. He wanted some tools that we were able to use here, like the expansion tool for the water pipes. But all together it was around $2,500 that I paid him. At the end here, I also calculated how much labor I put into it myself. And I'm going to take those figures out of the totals as I give them to you, and then give you the total amount of my labor at the end. Because I was trying to figure out, how much labor am I saving myself? So again, $10,292 on plumbing. Then we had the concrete. So all the concrete, so the foundation was first. They came and did the driveway up front later. And they also did this sidewalk right here, along with those steps right there. I did all this whole patio myself. And this whole patio was about $1,000. So I have to add that on to the end of the total. But all the concrete work all together was $37,024.75. So next was all the framing. So they framed this whole thing, all the roofing, the siding, the windows, the exterior doors, the garage doors, with power and also Wi-Fi. And also they did this exterior drywall on the living space. All of that all together was $167,435.19. So that was obviously the biggest chunk of money, and it was also the biggest chunk of work. So the next thing I have on my list is a power pole. So there used to be a power pole here for my camper. I paid $26.50 for that. But then when they came to do the main electrical, they were actually able to swap some of the costs of the electrical by taking that pole back, because that pole by itself was like $1,500 or $1,600 or something like that. So $26.50 there. So the next item is the electrical. So you can see they brought the electrical from right there to the top there, brought it down. Here's the main panel. Here's my old RV panel here. There's also kind of your interior panel there. So that included, the electrical included lights, so all the lighting, like lights in here. All the electrical was $17,032. So next, I did separate out the tub shower inserts. They're kind of part of plumbing, but I did separate out the cost. So the two tub shower inserts you see right there, there's one downstairs, there's one upstairs. Together, those two were $1,728.94. Next was the HVAC. So I have two of these. You can control the upstairs heat separate from the downstairs heat, or heating and cooling. Here's a return here. There's a bunch of duct work. You can see registers there. There's registers upstairs. If we go outside, and it's all electric. It doesn't use natural gas at all. Go outside, you can see the duct work going upstairs, and that's the separate trunk. And actually right there, you can see the valve that makes it to where it can be closed off from the bottom and the top. So all of that together, which was a pretty big cost, was $17,652.96. So then I did the exhaust venting on my own. In fact, and that would be for the bathrooms, bathroom fans, the washer and dryer, the dryer fans. You can see that that's the upstairs dryer fan right there, where the insulated pipe goes to the roof. So that cost me $1,418.19. Then I did the insulation, which you can actually see the ceiling insulation peeking over the top of the wall there. I did all the wall insulation. I also did data lines. I have a data panel in here. Go in here. I have a data panel right there. All the data lines come to it. All the insulation and data lines was $5,137.15. And actually, you can see here's the main unit for heating and cooling. And here's my main plumbing. Here's my water heater. So next on the list is drywall. So all of the drywall inside of the house, let's just step back in here. So all of the drywall inside the place, upstairs and downstairs, which includes taping and mudding, and I believe I put texture in there as well. That cost $10,275.74, and part of that is because I hired out the taping and mudding, which cost me about, it was like $5 just there, because that was going to take me forever. Then we have interior doors. So all the interior doors, so that would be, you know, these doors like this, and then this, and also closet doors. Those all cost $4,238.40. All the trim, so all the trim around the doors, windows, you know, inside of the closets, you know, all the trim cost $3,266.45. This is a little bit out of order, but all the cabinets, sinks, countertops, all of those together cost $11,053.37. And most of that cost was the cabinets, because we did order the cabinets custom. Then there's the paint. So like I said, it's a little out of order. So the paint was pretty simple and fairly cheap. The paint only cost $3,145.42. Light fixtures, so we did buy light fixtures for the electrician to install. So stuff like this. And then, you know, upstairs we have like that guy and that guy up there. And I believe the most expensive ones are the ones that are in the garage or the shop. So those were $1,451.26. The flooring, so I installed all the flooring myself. I think it turned out pretty good, pretty nice. The flooring cost $6,420.99, which that does include the carpet on the stairs. And it also includes padding under the flooring right here on the bottom floor. Then we have appliances. So basically, refrigerator we had, refrigerator, microwave, oven, range, dishwasher, also washer and dryer that are upstairs. Altogether, the appliances were $3,942.66. Then we have the deck. So I did build this deck on my own. So I did build this deck on my own. The cost of the deck was $5,313.17, which includes $2,500 of my own labor. So really, I built it, you know, as far as cost of materials, I built it for about half of that. Then we have finish items like doorknobs, you know, all the doorknobs. You know, you can see hooks, you know, curtain rods. We replaced the hinges on these doors and the knobs. You know, the hardware for the closets, the closet hangers and shelves. So all of those things were $1,604.42. Then I did pay for construction insurance. Construction insurance cost me $649 for the year. By the time I was basically done building this place, I had paid just over $10,000 in interest on the home equity line of credit. And then there was just miscellaneous things like when I did final grade, so when I put all the gravel out here and did kind of final grade, and then also like just different tools and things that I needed, which basically amounted to about $1,558.04. So the total, first of all, for all the costs, not including my labor, not including the cost of the interest on the home equity line of credit, is $296,203.14. So you can see that we went over a bit on our total budget, which we had to cover ourselves. Then if you include the interest we paid on the home equity line of credit up to the point when we were about pretty much done with the shop, and my labor costs, it brings the total to $341,692.13. I estimated that I put in about $27,900 worth of labor myself. So, you know, that could probably be, you know, that's my rough estimate of like what costs I was saving myself by, doing it myself. So obviously that could be probably debated on how much it should be. Then another number to put on top of all this is I general contracted it myself. So I did not have a general contractor. I was the one hiring all the subcontractors and making sure things get done. If you were to just have somebody do all of this for you, I added in a 10% fee as well, because that's typically what a general contractor charges. So 10% of the total, which is the total including my labor and the interest, is $34,169.21. So basically 10% of that $341,000 total. And that brings the overall total to $375,861.34. So that is the grand total. Obviously, we did not pay a general contractor fee, and we did not pay for my labor. So we were able to save quite a bit of money there and get this built for less. And this place did appraise for $375,000. So we were kind of right on the mark. But also, when you get a brand new place appraised, they kind of base it off of what it cost you to build it. So it made sense. It came right in at the mark. But yeah, that's basically what it took to build it. It really was kind of squeaking by as far as getting it built. I was really hoping we'd come in under the budget and be able to do some other things, you know, stuff like that. But in the end, it worked out. We've got it built. We're doing fine. It's getting Airbnb'd. I'm here to clean up after the last renters. They were here for a week. So out of about 5 weeks, it's been rented. 1 weekend for 3 days, and then it was rented for this whole last week for 7 days. So it's been going good. We got to use it all summer long for our use, our boating use. So it's been really good. But yeah, it was definitely a big cost to take on, and it was a ton of work for me. But anyways, I just wanted to provide the costs of building the shop. Now I do plan on building an awning on that side, and then doing gutters, which I haven't done yet because I'm waiting to get this place refinanced, and the mortgage rates are just crazy right now, so I'm just waiting it out. And I do expect that to cost me, I think I got it quoted, and it was going to be like $5,000 for the awning, and then it was like $2,500 for the gutters. So you could add that to the total once I complete those things. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's going to end this Shop-Dominium series. I hope this series was helpful. I hope the information I provided in this video was helpful. But yeah, that's going to be it for this video. So thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you have any thoughts on this video or ideas for future videos, please leave those in the comments below. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe and click on that notification bell so you can be notified of my future videos. I'll see you next week.